My first guest starred in the television series My So-Called Life and has recently appeared in such films as The Hours and Terminator 3. She can now be seen in the brand new movie Stage Beauty. Please welcome Claire Danes. You look nice. It kind of looks like a negligee, sort of, and not in a bad way.
It does. It's a little racy.
Yeah,
but,
I like that.
It's evening.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's late. It's 12:50. Play along. No, very nice to have you here on the program.
So great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about the last time you were here, and you were promoting T3, Rise of the Machines.
Yeah.
And I thought about it today, and I thought, that's got to be kind of weird, because in the time since you shot that movie and promoted it, your co-star became the governor of California.
Yeah.
Now, are you still?
Happened.
Are you still I mean, that doesn't happen a lot in movies. That didn't happen on Biodome. No one from that flick became governor of anything. What are you still keeping up with Arnold? Do you ever talk to him?
Well, we're not exactly chummy.
Oh,
no. But
okay.
I mean, I have great respect for him. I have to admit, there have been times when I've been stuck in LA traffic and I've looked at my cell phone and thought, I could make a call right now.
You could call Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
My connection, and maybe he could come rescue me magically.
He'd come in a chopper. Hold right there, Claire Danes! I'm coming to get you now! To get you out of traffic!
But it's only a fantasy.
He doesn't even talk like that, does he? That's my fantasy of how he talks. But I've actually, we've had him on the show, and he doesn't. But in my mind, that's how he talks, and it's much more fun to think of it that way.
There's not a great discrepancy between
You're
his
absolutely
persona
right.
and his actual self.
Right.
Often there is. With him, he's consistently Arnold.
My favorite thing was I mentioned this once before. I was at a hotel with my wife, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was at the next table, and he was it was like having breakfast or something in the morning. We were like, oh my God, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we're at the next table. And the waiter brought him a phone, because he had a phone call.
Okay.
And Arnold took the phone, and he answered it, and he went, hello. And I don't know why, I just love that. It's just like, that's how this action hero governor answers the phone, hello.
That doesn't surprise me. He has a great sense of humor, too.
Right.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
He has that.
Yes, we almost have that.
Yeah.
I'll get one someday. Tell us about you. You grew up in New York City?
Yeah.
And you have a New York City apartment that I'm told has a swing in it.
Yeah, but I can't claim that this was my idea. I stole it from my parents. I grew up in Soho. I lived 5 blocks away, and they had a swing when I was little.
You had a swing in your apartment growing up?
Yeah.
That is such a cool...
It was great, and we had a trapeze and a trampoline. So we had, we were all hooked up.
Were you running a circus school out of it? What is that?
Nearly. My mom ran a toddler school for 10 years in our loft when I was a kid. So
still, do they allow toddlers on trampolines? That just seems going.
This was my parents' idea. I don't know. They like the kinetic stuff.
Sure. Now, do you like having a swing in your apartment?
Well, it's great. And actually, there's like a puddle of footprints on the ceiling, and I challenge all of my guests to add to the collection, and so that they can get that high. I'm sure my upstairs neighbors are not so happy about that fact. But
you know what? Yeah. That's good. The other thing in New York is I would be furious if my downstairs neighbor had a swing and was challenging people to hit the ceiling with the swing. Put on these clogs and then try and ram the ceiling. That would be kind of bad, I would think.
It's okay. We manage. We haven't gotten too many complaints yet, but yeah, it's great because I get a new perspective when I reach a certain height, and I think, ooh, I have to dust there and there.
Yeah, and this is really dangerous to have in a New York City apartment.
No one's ever fallen.
Really?
Ever.
The thing I love about a swing is no matter how much stature you have or what a serious... The minute you sit on a swing, like if Walter Cronkite sat on a swing, it immediately turns you into a goofball,
yeah,
you know?
It's true.
It's like,
true.
whee! Everyone goes, whee! Within seconds of being on a swing.
It's very natural. It's something that we all kind of are drawn to,
Yeah,
that
I got to get that
motion.
in my apartment. Because though I'm not very coordinated, I'd probably go out the window.
No, you'd be fine. It's great to like pump up the music and
pump up the music and then swing back and forth.
Swing your heart out.
Very nice.
It's very cathartic.
Now, I want to ask you about the movie Stage Beauty, which was filmed in Britain.
Yeah, in London.
In London.
Last summer.
And how was the food while you were over there? Is the food good? Because a lot of people complain about British food.
No, the food is improving. You kind of have to pay a lot of money for something great, but Yeah.
What do you mean, like the rest of it's just those? Like I've noticed, and I hate this because I know this show is broadcast in parts of England, so you guys are great. But you know, sometimes you walk into a pub or something and you want some food, and they're like, "Hey, you go, mate," you know, and there's like a knuckle, you know, like a sausagey, fatty. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of white on white.
Yeah.
A lot of white.
Put some mayonnaise on some bread and then put like a heavy, fatty sausage on it. But I think they're getting a lot better. They've changed.
Yeah, I had some good experiences. Nobu is always, you know, safe. They have a Nobu in London.
Oh, well, not all of us can go to Nobu in London.
Oh, it was nice.
Now, what about
bento box.
what about the? I'm curious about the food. The names they have for their food over there are kind of fun. They have like quaint names for food.
Well, yeah. People kept offering me pudding at the end of my meals, and I'm not that keen on pudding. But it took me 2 months to realize that pudding is just a general term for dessert. You know, so I would want chocolate cake or something, and I would always be declining these offers for pudding.
Right. It's also, it doesn't sound that appetizing over there.
Pudding.
Well, it's also, it reminds me of that, you know, of the song, you know, Pink Floyd, The Wall. They're like, how can you have any meat? You know, you can't have any pudding, boy. Have your meat, you know? And it's one of those things where when you're growing up and you're a teenager and you're hearing that, you're thinking, well, who wants pudding anyway, you know?
Yeah, no.
What a lame song. I don't want pudding. But I guess they think of it as this much nicer thing.
Yeah, they have different associations than I did anyway.
Right,
so.
right. Well, we have. I want to make sure we get to this. We have a clip here from Stage Beauty. What can you do to help us with this? Set it up.
Okay, well, Billy Crudup plays Ned Kiniston, who's the most lauded, celebrated actor who plays female characters. And I am originally his dresser, and I want to act myself, and I kind of usurp him. And the king legalizes acting for women ultimately, so there's this great rupture. And so there's also a kind of love affair that's burgeoning, but it's full of conflict and tension. So in this scene, I think we're having a fight. We've just shared a bit of intimacy, and then he's been a bit of a jerk, and I get frustrated, and I criticize his acting style, the way he renders women. I think it's false. And
all right, let's take a look at this clip from Stage Beauty.
that was a bit rambling.
I always hated you as Desdemona. You never fought. You just died beautifully. No woman would die like that, no matter how much she loved him. A woman would fight.
Good accent, too. I've always loved to have that accent. And you know what? Women love a guy who has a British accent.
They do.
Don't
It's
they?
very appealing. Yeah.
I gotta get an accent.
It's a nice accessory.
Hello there, love. Stage Beauty is now playing in select cities, expanding nationwide this Friday. Claire Danes, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thanks for coming. The swing sounds fun. Person Presley coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.